Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Copperline Rattler Ranch. I'm Julia. Don is still working on that van. It seems like every time he finds one thing that he's got to take care of, two more things need to be done. Some of it's just stuff that we never would have known without him having to address the first problem. And as he's taking things apart, he's finding some items that need to be replaced. The radiator hoses, there's a big hose for the air filter that goes into the cabin air filter that was damaged, and he needs to replace it. We're still waiting on one more part to come in, so he's got a couple more days. Hopefully that's all on that. Hopefully that part will be here before too long. In the meantime, I'm going to be clearing out everything out of the bathroom that doesn't need to be in here. We're going to get ready for putting down that leveling compound so that we can finish the floor in here. Once that floor is done, everything else can get done. Yay! So while I do that, I'm going to take some of the tiles that I'm going to be putting on the wall for the design, on the white wall for the design where the bottom window is, and just putting them on the floor in the shower so that they can just be there and out of the way of everything else. And then I've got to clean out a number of buckets so that we can just keep moving with the leveling compound when we get to that point. I'm going to be mixing, Don's going to be slopping it on here and spreading it around, making sure it goes to everywhere we need and that we have enough. We need probably about 1.5 inches in some spots and far less than that in others, and that's why you use the leveling compound to make sure that everything's level. So I got that kind of stuff to do, then we'll get on to that. I know last time I said we were going to do the silicone and the fixtures in the shower. We haven't gotten those extensions yet, so hopefully we will get those this week. Maybe we'll get them included in this video, maybe not. So we'll see. Yay, we just keep moving forward. It's very exciting because, you know, our list is still long but dwindling. Yay, to get this thing done. Why is it as soon as you put on a mask, your nose runs? Anyway, we're getting ready to do our self-leveling compound on that bathroom floor. Last night, before we ended the day, we put a primer on that floor to help with bonding. We'll put that over there. I've got 4 or 5 gallon buckets. Each has a gallon of water in it ready to go. I've got 3 more gallons of water ready to go right here. I'm going to be mixing. Dawn's going to be, oh my goodness, spreading this out. And we'll see how it all goes. Hopefully it's going to go quickly. 18 bags is what our calculator online, there's an online calculator suggested that we get. I'm hoping we have a little extra. Anyway, that's what we're doing today. We're going to hope it works. I got to do something with his nose. It sure did. Oh, hey, look at that.
Oh, pull here. Interesting.
Awesome. Nice.
It makes it easier to pull, I guess.
I hope. Well, we'll find out if it does. We used all 18 bags of the self-leveling compound on this floor, and we just kept going till we were done. Now we gotta let it dry, but we managed to get it covered. So it's been about a day, just a little less than 24 hours. And Don doesn't want to walk on it. He must have, though, for another day or two. It looks like we might have a little ridge right here, so we may have to address that. But otherwise, the rest of it looks pretty darn good. Still has some curing to do, it looks like. But yeah, we're pretty much happy with how this turned out. Nice and solid. I will say one thing though, when mixing those bags of the leveling compound, I found that it mixed a whole lot easier and a whole lot better when I mixed either a third of a bag, a third of a bag, and a third of a bag, or half a bag, half a bag. You know, you put the water in, half of the bag, mix that up, add the other half, mix that up. When I was following the instructions on the bag that said, put the water in the bucket, put the powder in the bucket, and mix it, I had a lot of problems with dry powder sticking to the sides that didn't get mixed in. So that might be why some of these spots are a little bit darker in here than others. So hopefully that didn't affect the mix that well, and we still have a strong, solid foundation for the vinyl plank flooring to go on. So we're hoping. So far so good. We're going to wait another day or two before we start the flooring, just to make sure we've given it ample time to cure and that we don't do any damage to it. Don, like I showed you just a moment ago, may have to address that little ridge that looks like I said, I haven't been in there. He may have been. There's a little ridge. Looks like there might be a little ridge that needs to be looked at least. Don't know if we'll do anything about it. If it's not too bad, we may just leave it. If it's a significant ridge, he may just kind of take a little grinder and grind it down a little bit. So we'll see how it goes. So we're getting ready to put the vinyl plank flooring down. And one suggestion that we got was to separate all the boxes and the different patterns out. So we have 9 total patterns, a whole bunch of a few of these, and then this one oddball that's not like, it's actually this one reversed. So that is what some of them are. They're just the same thing reversed, but it does help break up that pattern so that you don't end up with a whole bunch of boards all lined up looking exactly the same. So it helps it give it a more real wood kind of feel to it. So this is just a snap type plank. It has all the underlayment on the back of the board. Let me show you. So the underlayment is already attached, so there's no underlayment, and then you'll see on these edges they just snap into each other. So 2 edges are like this on each board. That's what I was lining up the patterns with, and they will just snap into each other when we go to lay them down, or I should say when Don goes to put them in place. We're working on this vinyl plank floor, and for those of us who haven't done this before, it is a little bit of a challenge. Trying to get the pieces to interlock every time, first time, is a little bit challenging for us. We just feel like there's some little trick we're missing. We've gone through the instructions a few times, we've watched a few videos, so hopefully it's just going to snap in or click in our heads and we'll be able to just keep moving. So we got a little frustrated with it last night and stopped for overnight and decided we would start it up again today. So far so good, except now we're at the point we have to cut out for the toilet flange, and Don's gone to get a couple of tools. He's got one of those Saker things that you can place around something to give you the outline of, I don't know what you call it. I'll show you when he gets it back. And then we still have to get this tile snapped in and then cut this one and get it snapped in. Then the next course will be at least probably the next 2 courses will be a cutout for that toilet flange. Yeah.
I think it's got this notch here.
Oh, so,
It caused a problem.
well, we just don't cut that notch because you don't need to cut that notch anyway.
What if we go,
You just basically need the shape, right? And
Yeah.
Okay. Sure, that'll work. Because you're up against the tile on that side, or even come around this opposite side. Because it's not like it's it's not like an oval, it's a circle.
so once you get it, you pull this lever,
And that locks it.
it locks it into place.
Woohoo!
And then you do
Your drawing and your cut.
you do drawings.
Drawings. Okay, we're gonna do some drawings. Okay, so that's what a Saker is. We are not sponsored by Saker or anybody. Just FYI. Now we cut.
I think we're gonna have to cut on the outside
Of course.
because it's a pretty tight.
Marking. Now is it perfect? Must be. Voila. There it is, wrapped around that toilet flange. Nice and pretty. We've got the floor done. Woohoo, Donald. It was very challenging the first probably 3 or 4 rows. But once Don actually was putting it down, I was just helping him with grabbing the pieces. Once he got into a rhythm, it went very well. The toilet is not in place yet. We just placed it there to see how it would go. So one more step done. Over here, in the doorway, we've just got a little piece of tape waiting until we can transition between the bathroom and the living room floors. Today, we're going to go get our baseboard and our door casings to go around the pocket door frames. Also going to choose our paint. And we've talked about it, and we're going to probably just go with a base coat right now, a base color, and then in the future, go with a glaze if we decide we want to put a glaze on that. So we're going to go choose a color for the walls, get those painted before we put the toilet and the vanity in place. We'll have to pull down the mirror and get these walls painted, but that won't take very long because there's just the 2. And then we've also got to finish the tile on the block walls on the outside and on the stair steps. Get our tiling design done inside the shower. And woohoo, this room will be done. Isn't that amazing? That's going to be it for this week's video. We hope you enjoyed it. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, if I could talk. And any comments or questions in that comment section below the video, and we will see you next time. Bye. Almost made me cry when we got this floor done.